Hey guys, welcome to episode 1 of Monthly Favorites, where I share some of the best content I found during the month. If you are new here, I'm Diogo, a final year medical student from Portugal. This month episode has a common underground theme of the act of doing and how the world really works as a consequence of these actions. It includes a blog post, a news piece, and a book. To begin this list, I must include the amazingly well-written and thought-provoking essay by Adam Mastroianni, An Invitation to a Secret Society. It is both a well-researched trend and a request to do more. Mastroianni urges common citizens like you and me to be more open to asking good questions, finding answers and publishing them so the world can see and discuss them. Ask questions, collect data, write, and make it available to everyone. You should feel as free to do and share research as you'd feel uploading a video to YouTube or a song to Spotify, writes Adam. And I couldn't agree more. The world needs doers. Adam has been one of the most inspiring scientists and writers that I've been following for the last few months, and his message really resonated with me. Adam argues that science is a strong linked problem, and as such, we make progress by producing the good stuff, not by preventing bad stuff. Adam, who is a scientist himself, questions the traditional perspective of academia. When numerous Nobel laureates admit that they could not have achieved their prize-winning work in today's system, it's clear that something needs to change. For the first time in human history, science tools are affordable and knowledge is readily available. Your laptop can store and analyze more data than Galileo could ever have imagined. No one can stop you from sharing a PDF of your research on the internet, where tens of thousands of people might see it. Your only obstacle is your own fear. Adam's creator approach to science is inspiring. I strongly encourage you to read the complete posts that I will link in the video description. An honorable mention goes to How to Inherit a Fortune by David at Raptitude.com. In this piece, David argues that anyone can inherit a fortune by taking action now that will increase their value and pay off in the future. However, achieving personal victories and leaving a rich inheritance for yourself throughout life depends on your ability and willingness to take action. In general, taking action is an extremely useful ability, especially if you focus on doing things that generate lasting rewards. Second on this list is news on the impact that science and medicine can have on people's lives. Keith Thomas's inspiring story showcases the ability to regain movement and feeling through the use of brain implants, AI, novel stimulation technology, and double neural bypass technology, which restore the quadriplegic man's sense of touch and movement. Researchers at Northwell Health's Feinstein Institute for Medical Research have implanted microchips into the brains of a man with paralysis. They have developed AI algorithms that link brain to his body and spinal cord, allowing for information to flow between them. This technology restored movement and sensation in his hand and lasting strength gained in his arm and wrist. Keith Thomas is the first human to use this technology, which helped him recover from paralysis caused by a diving accident. The researchers performed a 15-hour surgery using MRI to pinpoint the areas responsible for arm movement and touch sensation. Mr. Thomas got next to a computer using AI to translate his thoughts into action. The computer sent signals to electrode patches placed over his spine and hand muscles, and tiny sensors at his fingertips and palms send touch and pressure information back to the sensory area of his brain to restore sensation. Researchers say Mr. Thomas is already starting to see natural recovery from his injuries, so this technology could revolutionize paralysis treatment, giving people living with paralysis more independence. The book How the World Really Works by Wycliffe Smil, a favorite writer of Bill Gates, explains how modern civilization, although complex, has brought many improvements to human health and well-being. However, this same complexity makes it difficult for people to agree on how to address complex problems. In How the World Really Works, Wycliffe Smil provides an overview of the material and energetic basis of human civilization. This helps us understand how to address climate change. Smil explains that we are a fossil-fueled civilization whose quality of life and prosperity depend on the combustion of large amounts of fossil carbon. This makes it hard for us to deal with climate change. The book's first 3 chapters focus on energy, food, and 4 pillars of modern civilization, which are ammonia, plastic, steel, and cement. These substances are produced in large quantities and used to construct the world around us. They require fossil fuels and are energy intensive to produce. Though politicians make ambitious decarbonization pledges, there are no realistic alternatives to producing these substances at the same scale. Smil explains that making changes to our complex societies is difficult because of their scale and inertia. Rapid decarbonization can only be achieved by making sacrifices that are extremely difficult for most people. Even drastic reductions to emissions will not show clear benefits for decades due to the complexity and inertia of our climate system. Overall, Vaclav Smil's book provides a much-needed reality check that avoids extreme views of both the techno-optimist and the disaster kind. I really hope you enjoyed my favorite things from this month. If you have any favorites of your own that you'd like to share, please feel free to do so. I'd love to check them out too. Alright, take care and have a great day.